There we go. Had to bend this top rail a little bit to get it to fit. And obviously had to cut that hole and a screw there and a screw there. And then I have a vent that vents out underneath my truck. See how that works out for me. And so now I got my insulation panel back in, and you can see that I trimmed it out for that. So there we go. Oh, I cut myself a little bit. So I cut the hose down to this short little piece of hose, and then that is what is just long enough to hook up, and it can squish down pretty much flat when I push it back. So I came to the unfortunate realization today that I should have bought a dual hose AC unit. Problem is, we've got several ports, but back here low is where it sucks air in for the bottom section, and then it blows the hot air outside. And then this upper section draws air in here, the room air, cools it, blows it out here cold. Problem is, there's so much air being exhausted out here to the outside of the truck. It's creating a negative air pressure inside of here, and it is sucking air in from every crack around the tailgate. It's coming in around that window, and that negative air pressure is replacing all the air in here. So I'm cooling the air in here, but at the same time, outside air is coming in and all my cooled air is going out that hose. So it is not working. So what I've had to do now, I've got my other hose back on this window, and it's sucking air in this hose for this bottom section and blowing it out there, so that I can kind of have my conditioned air inside. But unfortunately, as you can see, that hose ain't long enough, so I've just got it stopping right up there, and it's just having to kind of waft down here and go in this. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to make a plenum to tape to the back of this, so that I can put a short piece of that hose. I'm going to have to make a second hole in this wall, and there'll be two hoses going off of the back of that. Air will come from outside, go in that, and then go back outside. And then the only air in here will be just the air circulating around, going in the back, going back out. And hopefully, it'll work better. But as it is right now, I'll set it on 70, say it's 75 out. Set the air conditioner on 71. It will cool all the way down to 71 and kick off. Then it runs a 2-minute cool down cycle on the air conditioner to cool the condenser or whatever's inside, whatever it's cooling in there. That's also how it evaporates the water. But the thing will bring it from 75 down to 71. The AC compressor will kick off, but the blower fan will remain on for 2 more minutes. During that 2 minutes, it brings it all the way back up to 75, 76 degrees, because it just brought all the outside air back in. Then the thing immediately kicks back on, cools it down, kicks back off, brings it up, kicks back on, and it's this never-ending cycle. So my recommendation is, if you got a truck camper or enclosed, any kind of small enclosed space, you're looking at one of these portable air conditioners, you absolutely have to buy a dual hose unit, or it will not work for what you're wanting to do. Alright, here's what I got going now. So I took pieces, better pieces, and made a more complete plenum in the back. I don't want to pull these wires out, but that plenum goes all the way to the floor. It's taped here, it's taped up the side. This piece is now taped. And as you can see, I got a plenum that runs all, it goes all the way back, taped to that hose, which is in the corner. And then those two, I've even got, I don't know if you'll be able to see it up in there. Yeah, you can't see it. But up in that corner, I got a piece blocking it off. So, you know, anything going in the back is going to come from that hose. And then that keeps that hose from going across the top of my thing for now. So I'll be building some semi-permanent version of that plenum deal for for that. It just brings that out just a little further than I wanted it, but that's all right. I can live with that. That will turn into a shelf to set stuff on back there, I guess, taller stuff.